1 o'clock. Welcome back in. It's three-man front on this Friday. Landry, Pat, Conrad. The suit, our boss, monitoring our every move here in the studio, Pat. Makes me nervous when he's around.
Just judge shopping.
I have my firewall on my computer.
Why does Conrad? I mean, Conrad should be happy. His coach just gave like a middle finger to the rest of the college basketball world.
Sure did.
I mean, he should be happy. Kalen DeBoer would never do that.
They hate us because they ain't us.
You gonna turn your mic on?
His mic's still not on.
His mic's still not on.
It's crazy.
What are you doing
What
in
are you
there?
doing in there? Are you playing again?
Are you gonna turn your mic on now where we can hear you?
Can you hear me now?
We got you now.
Just try to yell
you got
from
me
the
this
other room.
time. It's the echo, probably. I appreciate Nate Oates standing up against all the crap that has come towards Alabama the past few days. I appreciate that.
Well, if you missed it, Todd Golden, he was the very latest taking a shot at the Alabama Crimson Tide in the Charles Bediako case. This is what he said last night on his show, Gator Talk.
They were able to finagle the situation where they got a judge in Alabama that is actually a donor at Alabama to, write a temporary restraining order to allow this guy to play games in Alabama. I think there's a lot of people that aren't necessarily happy about it and don't necessarily agree with it. But, with all this intervention from judges, there's only so much the league can do. There's only so much other member schools in the league can do. And we just need some people to stand up and start taking a stand. And, this guy had a great opportunity. He was at Alabama for 2 years. He played there. He was there during the NIL era. He was aware of what he was giving up by declaring to go to the draft. He stayed in past the date. That has always been, if you stay in and you sign a contract, you're done. So I think this is a slippery slope.
You're going to play them a week from Sunday. Is it a distraction?
We're going to beat him anyways.
Like that?
If he plays, we'll beat him anyways.
I mean, if you're so arrogant that you're going to win regardless, then why even comment about Bediako?
Well, I found it interesting before he went into all of that at the tail end, what he said about right now, there's some folks that aren't happy about it, but we've got a situation where this is going on. I mean, that tells me that we need reform. He's saying what everybody else is saying. But somewhere wasn't he basically implying that there's a gray area? Nate Oates is taking advantage of it, and we've got to come to some kind of resolution or decide what we're going to do on these things in the future for international, whatever players. But the decision, and yes, Charles Bediako did. I don't know how he was advised, but he did decide to go, and maybe some told him don't go. But doesn't that happen every single portal cycle?
Mm-hmm. Most certainly does.
We've got guys signing contracts with existing teams that just blow through it. Who cares? I'm just looking at it from both sides. I don't think there's a clear winner in either of this. I think the thing that continues to be magnified is college sports is broken.
Mm-hmm. I view it as no different. Once the NCAA said NJI, you can play for Baylor. Hey, all you European cats that want to come over here and play, come on. We'll let you play. What Alabama's doing, in my opinion, is no different. Listen, I'm not for any of it. But if you're going to set precedents and you're going to allow all this other crap to happen, it's no different than what we're seeing in the transfer portal with guys signing deals in football, and then they don't honor the deals, and then they can go elsewhere. We were just talking during a commercial break, and folks, you're going to laugh, but this is going to happen. At some juncture, you're going to have players in midseason literally probably be traded to another school to play football. Now, I know that individual conferences, they can pass legislation and say, hey, listen, we can't allow interconference transfers and this kind of stuff. Well, guess what's going to happen? The first time that you don't let Landrum Roberts transfer from this SEC school to another SEC school,
I'm calling my cousin Judge Roberts in Tuscaloosa.
You better believe it. You're calling him down there in T-Town, and he's giving you a TRO, and then guess what's happening? You're going to go play who you want to. Everybody's scared of a lawsuit when it comes to college athletics. That's why they're turning the other angle. But they want to be, these millionaires, these coaches, this faux anger about the world. Well, guess what? Like prime example, football. The football coaches are the ones that voted on the calendar that they currently have in regards to the transfer portal. But every single one of them are on television bitching and complaining about the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
You people voted for the calendar.
Yep.
It's your doings. It's not Joe Q fan. It's not the media. You clowns voted on the transfer portal to start right in the middle before you claim a national championship. And then you want to lecture us on how bad things are and they're broken? You're the reason they're broken.
Mm-hmm.
I'm off my soapbox.
And why do you think that college basketball is now able to attract so many European players that are making pretty good livings playing European basketball? Well, it's because of NIL, and it's the outrageous money that is being paid to college athletes to play a certain sport. It's a vicious cycle. I'm like you. I don't like any of it, but I can't sit here honestly on this radio show and say that if I was in the same position as Nate Oates or Scott Drew, I wouldn't do the same thing.
Now, if they want to get together in Destin and they want to come up with a league policy and they want to all agree that, listen, we are going to take the high road and we're not going to take this in regards to players from Europe, or we're not going to allow players that's been drafted in the NBA or the G League to play in our league, then by all means, pass the legislation amongst the coaches. But guess what? The coaches are under pressure to win, and they're going to find every angle they can to be successful, period.
I mean, knowing that there's a guy running up and down the court tomorrow that is making $3.5 million to play a season of basketball, when you put it in perspective, and then we're wringing our hands over a guy that averaged 6 points in his career.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Bediako gets to come back. What do you think? I guess, is that a game-by-game basis?
Well,
Just to see what happens?
Based on Tuscaloosa News reporting a couple of weeks ago, they said that basketball had a total NIL of about $2.9 million of the revenue share of $20.5 million. That doesn't mean, because like you're seeing LSU, they're skyrocketing over the $20.5 million supposed salary cap, because you can do that with third-party entities with NIL. But according to the Tuscaloosa News, Alabama's portion for men's basketball was $2.9 million.
Let's say Alabama has 20 games left and Bediako is guaranteed to be able to participate. What does that number probably look like? 5,000 a game? Go 100,000? 150?
Possibly. That's a good round number.
For the rest of the season?
Yeah, that's a good round number.
I don't know. It's just my hobby now, is guessing what guys are getting paid.
So you're like, you watching them run down the court and you just see this dollar signs above their head, like, okay, he is making this amount of money.
Yeah, I have to remind myself of that, because we got Yasser Lindeborg, a young man that got to know when he was here at UAB, love his story, love what he's been able to do. He's the first in his family to even attend college. He's making $3.5 million at Michigan this year.
Not bad. Not bad at all. When it comes to protecting your home or business, you need a roofing team that truly abides by quality, and that's Abide Roofing. Abide Roofing offers tailored roofing solutions for every need, your family home or your commercial building, whatever you got. They deliver custom work that fits your style and your situation. Get started today. Call Travis Lloyd and his outstanding team with 25 years of trusted experience at 205-577-7338. You'll get warranties that give you the peace of mind. There's these no-cost consultations. They'll get on your roof and give you a free estimate. They'll be honest in their assessment of what's going on, whether it's some loose shingles or you need a full roof replacement. And if you do need a full roof replacement, there's nobody better than Abide Roofing. I did it. Travis and his team was able to put a brand new roof on my house. And you know what? They dealt with my insurance company. They are insurance claim masters. Get started today. Visit their website. Get more information, abideroof.com, or call them at 205-577-7338.
We got one text that I want to get to because we've been holding on to it. And this was from earlier, texting into the text line 205-834-9450. I'm an Uber driver. Yesterday, I had a very, all caps, reliable source I gave a ride to tell me that Bediako will get some playing time tomorrow. I would tell you the source, but I don't want to possibly get the young man in any potential trouble. Then we played the Nate Oates clip. Listener response. Okay, after what Coach Oates just said, I feel okay saying it now. It was Aiden Sherrill.
Oh, how about that?
Said he was excited Charles is there. Also, Aiden was the nicest guy. We talked ball for about 10 minutes while he was in the car with me, and I drove him to a barbershop. And he tipped me $20, LOL.
Very nice.
Our Great Jocks listeners. 205-834-9450. You want to react here on this Friday, you can. Bama Mark, we will get to you as well. Three-man front rolls on.
It is 1:15 on this very active Friday. Please stay weather aware. We'll tell you. And we've been monitoring the SEC basketball schedule. And we had wondered about an hour ago about the LSU game against Arkansas. It was still scheduled for 7:30. Ty Richardson from ESPN Radio in Arkansas, he was texting with me, and he was telling me that they're expecting about a foot of snow. But as of 45 minutes ago, they were still in line to play at night. The general feeling was there's going to be a lot of students that snowed in on campus, and they believed that if LSU was going to be there already in town and they could play, that, obviously the arena would be filled with students, which is fine. They were going to play. They have just moved the game up to 4 o'clock from 7:30. So they've moved it up 3.5 hours. So Arkansas LSU will be played now in the late afternoon. And me and Landrum kind of laughed. We're like, is that really going to make that big of a difference based on the weather we're seeing?
I don't know. It sounds like a really fun day if you're an Arkansas student.
Yeah. Be a good time.
Well, or if you're the folks there that own all the chicken, the big supporters there of the program, then don't you incentivize everybody? Not like it's a snow day, you got a game on campus going on. They wouldn't be there, but I would offer free food to all the students who show up.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they'll do something special for them. Also, just saw this, and this is coming out of Atlanta. This has to do with our weekend weather situation. They're now calling for an extreme ice warning.
Oh, gosh.
For Atlanta.
That is not good.
And they're expecting an inch of ice in Atlanta, Georgia this weekend. So needless to say, traveling to and around Atlanta will be extremely hazardous. And on top of that, the airport and the aviation system on the eastern seaboard in the world will be affected. Atlanta's Hartsfield is the most active and the, I guess, number one in traffic, right, of all the airports in the world.
It's the busiest. So not only you talk about ice and nobody can go anywhere, but then power. And we've got this Arctic blast that's coming in behind all of this stuff, so it's going to stay cold for days. Tree limbs, fires. You see a lot of fires that start because of those power lines during ice storms. Just a very dangerous situation. Not going to make light of any of it because a half inch of ice is significant. An inch or more, that's crippling.
In case we didn't need any more breaking news at this hour, Craig Stevenson from AL.com, he just posted this moments ago. The NCAA is calling on the Alabama Supreme Court to set aside a DeKalb County judge's ruling that former Alabama assistant in Tennessee head coach Jeremy Pruitt can coach in college again. So now the NCAA is appealing the Jeremy Pruitt TRO to the Alabama Supreme Court to try to stop this man from coaching again.
I don't know what to say.
Pruitt was hit with a 6-year show cause order by the NCAA in 2023 for aggravated rules violations he and his staff committed at Tennessee, effectively barring him from college coaching until 2029. However, on December 16th, if you remember, the DeKalb County judge, Andrew Hairston, who I'm sure is an Alabama booster, right? All the judges in East or West Alabama and North Alabama, right?
I would think so. Yeah.
He gave a temporary injunction to Jeremy Pruitt against the NCAA, preventing it from enforcing its show cause ban. He wrote, the NCAA will continue its business as usual, suffering no immediate harm if Pruitt returns to coaching. I agree.
I got the law. I got the law degrees from our Alabama Supreme Court.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are we looking at?
We got a Vanderbilt law.
Okay.
Cumberland, which is Samford.
Mm-hmm.
Harvard.
Ooh.
Alabama School of Law. Alabama School of Law. Cumberland, Virginia.
All right, so you got 2 Bama, 2 from Samford, 1 from Harvard. What was the other ones?
You had Vandy, Samford, Harvard, Virginia. Yeah, that's it. And looking at undergrad, and these folks that went to the other schools for law school, they did undergrad. Birmingham Southern, University of the South, Davidson. Not that any of that would play in. I was just thinking about what the national media will be writing if the Alabama Supreme Court doesn't set this aside. Start taking shot at our Supreme Court justice.
So according to Craig Stevenson, the petition, which was submitted to the Alabama Supreme Court, numbers several hundred pages against Jeremy Pruitt by the NCAA.
That's wild. Like all of this going on in college basketball, and then it's like, hey, let's put our focus on this one right here. Let's pull that one out of the stack.
And if you go back and you read what happened at Tennessee,
oh man,
based on the things that are happening now in the world of college, you got Mensa, who got $4 million to play quarterback at Duke. And you're talking about, what was the McDonald's $60,000 cash, supposedly, in the McDonald's bag?
That gets you maybe a visit now from an elite guy.
Exactly. $60,000 in a McDonald's bag.
Now you're paying a guy $500,000 to be a backup, and the guy couldn't play dead in a cowboy movie.
I don't know how this works. I don't know, when these cases get filed to the Alabama Supreme Court, I hope that they hear it. And I hope it's the quickest decision in the history of Alabama law. And they come back and slap the NCAA so hard, knocks them into next week.
Bama Mark, welcome in.
Hey, guys. How are y'all doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. Hey, Pat, you brilliant minds think alike, my friend, because how much more are they going to do to this man?
Oh, my gosh.
To Jeremy Pruitt.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, fat-ass Phil Fulmer can sit up there, do every illegal freaking thing he could do, and then I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one who put that money in the bag and probably took it himself, probably with a dozen donuts.
Mm-hmm.
But
I wouldn't doubt it.
It just burns my craws. I mean, the man's paid his dues.
He has.
Let the man freaking coach.
Absolutely.
Let him coach.
They're going to garnish his future wages.
I hope he's at Alabama. And as an analyst, I hope he's an analyst at Alabama soon. But, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's time to move on. I mean, I just don't understand the NCAA, why they feel like this is an important it's like Rome is burning, and we're not worried about that. We're worried about something else that's happening on this side of the street. It's just like, come on, seriously, folks, let it go.
Brother, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. This thing with Alabama basketball, I don't really have a care either way, which way it goes. I hope he's allowed to play. I hope he is. But, that little pipsqueak down there in Florida, Golding, that little coach, wasn't he under an investigation his own self last year?
You are absolutely 100% accurate on that, Bama Mark. Yes, he was. And after a long investigation, the university found that there was nothing wrong with whatever he was or wasn't doing.
Of course not.
And they won. And by the way, Florida won the national championship last year, right? That would have kind of derailed.
Right.
Like if you take their head coach and you sit him down. Remember, he wasn't suspended during the investigation. Like they let him coach, even when all these salacious details was coming out about what supposedly was happening in the dark corners of the campus of the University of Florida. Boy, they all of a sudden found nobody at guilt. And he was okay to coach.
That under the rug real quick.
Yep, and he was good to go. Won a national championship.
Before you stick your nose in my house, you better take care of your own house first.
Bingo.
That's always been my philosophy right there, because you may not like what you find in my house. So, but yeah, I hope he plays, and I hope it helps Alabama. I thought he was a great player. We need somebody inside that can help Aiden Sherrill, because that 7-footer, Noah Williamson, God help us. That's the softest 7-footer I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, so Bama Mark, what kind of odds would you give me that if I was Nate Oates tomorrow, I most definitely would start Bediako, and I would have Sherrill in there with him. I would have the Twin Towers down low. I'd start them both.
I would too. But they talked about Williamson being from the Patriot League and him being the number one player in the Patriot League last year. I was excited for that. But then I've watched him play. I've seen him hit 1 3-pointer all year. And then when he's down low, he keeps getting beat on rebounds by guys that are like 6'4", 6'5". I'm like, dude, have you not seen Shaquille O'Neal's tapes? You're 7 feet tall. You should be dominating.
He's weak, Mark. You're right.
He's weak, I swear, man. All right, y'all have a great day, buddy.
Thanks, Bama Mark. Stay
Have a
safe
good
out
man.
there.
All right, buddy.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the phone call. 1-800-239-WJOX. I got another quote for you from Nate Oates, who met with the media about an hour ago. He says, my personal opinion on all of this is we need a uniform and transparent system that doesn't punish the Americans. That takes the hypocrisy out of it, that gives equal treatment to Americans and international players, both while also allowing high school players the opportunities they need coming out of school. Someone should be able to come up with a system that checks all of those boxes, end of quote.
Right. We got plenty of smart people out there. They've just been avoiding it like everything else, knowing that it needs to be addressed, and now
I love the
it's
angle.
coming to the forefront.
I love the angle he's taken about the Americans.
Yes.
Because you're
that's playing well these days.
Yes, I mean you are not going to have somebody go, well, I'm anti-American, by him saying that this is about the American kids getting the shaft because all the European kids are coming over here taking American scholarships, which they are.
Now, Charles Bediako would not fall into that category, but
well, don't mess the narrative up, Landrum,
because we don't claim Canada yet.
We're close.
Maybe
we're close. We got Greenland. We're coming after Canada next.
Oh, I don't want to upset. I just looked at the European model for next Friday.
Oh, let's see. Someone tried to get me to go there.
No, I was going through everything last night, and I looked at it and I went, "Well, that's not good."
Just think of Monday.
Okay.
Just think of Monday, how we were going to be in deep despair come this weekend. And so the warm tongue came up from the Gulf, and we're good.
Yes. We're waiting for that warm tongue. Weather tongue.
See, normally Conrad would be chiming in with something.
No, he's too
just busy. So busy in the other room.
He's looking up stuff.
He's getting his Final Four tickets now for Alabama.
He's following Bediako again on Instagram. Yep, there it is.
Where's Damien? Where's little Damien?
That's D.
All right. We got phone calls.
We do.
We'll get to those and maybe do some Pat Ponders if we have some time. That's all straight ahead on Jocks.
132, three-man front here on this Friday. We get to your phone calls. Got Prize Picks. Prize Picks, tell you about it every single day here on the show. Join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app today. Prize Picks is simple to play. You pick more or less on at least 2 players' stats. If you get the picks right, you could cash in. We are going college basketball today. We will go to the Big Ten. And I was talking about this guy, former UAB Blazer, current Michigan Wolverine, Yaxel Lindeborg. They take on Ohio State, 14.5 points, more or less. I'm going to go more.
I'm leaning more, yeah.
I'm going to go more for Yax.
More sounds good.
Okay. And then we will go, oh, goodness. How about John Mobley, Ohio State, 14 points. They're at Michigan.
Oh, on the road, less.
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 More for Yax, less for John.
Mm-hmm.
If we hit both of those, we're a winner. You can be a winner too, but if you want to go professional football this weekend, college, there's all kinds of sports. It's a lot of fun to play. Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WJOX. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. WJOX, $50 in lineups after the first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
All right, let's get to the phones before we do some ponders. Joining us here on Three Man Front.
Johnny is up first. Hey, Johnny.
Hello.
Hey, Johnny.
This is Miss Wanda. This isn't Johnny. This is Miss Wanda.
Hey, Miss Wanda.
I did have a comment. I had a comment about the new ruling by the high school association. I was just wondering, what was the benefits for them to play each other in the first place, outside of geographical? I mean, I can't really think about it.
Wanda, Johnny, we appreciate the phone call. What was the benefits of the independent or the private schools playing the public schools originally?
They're all high schools.
I know, is it easier to
So-
schedule because you're not just having to deal with only private schools?
Yeah, I mean,
Like it'd give you more options to schedule things?
Fred, welcome in.
Hey man, how y'all doing today?
Doing
hey, Fred.
My question, I want to kind of switch this thing around a little bit and go back to football. And my question for you is, I know Alabama football is big for me, and the fact that we weren't able to run the ball like we had been in the past, do you think that there's a player problem or a coaching problem?
I think it's a combination of both. Based on the people I talked to down in Tuscaloosa, let's just say that the talent that they've had the last couple of years did not live up to the original scouting with those players. And then obviously coaching those type players up to get them to the level where they needed to be, they have fallen short. So I think it's a combination of both.
How many years was Proctor there and Brad? Were they there like 2 or 3 years? Proctor, 3 years, I think.
3 years.
Bradford,
Yeah, 3 years.
2 years. Okay. I'm just curious. I could see.
And I think the
where-
offensive line also had something to do with it too. So I'm not just saying it was on the running backs and the running back coach. I think the offensive line underperformed from a running standpoint.
Gotcha. Well, I guess my personal opinion, if you listen to it, is
Absolutely.
I love the fact that Alabama had a running back room full of 5 stars, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think more pressure on Ty Simpson to be able to throw the ball, which most defense will be key in on. What do you think?
Fred, your call was cutting in and out, but I think you were talking about because Ty Simpson.
They couldn't run the ball. It put more pressure on Ty Simpson
Correct.
to be perfect, essentially.
Right. And I agree with that. I mean, once the book was out that Alabama could not run the football, everybody would just pin their ears back and come after Ty Simpson.
And he went out and when he did that interview we were going over a couple weeks ago, I mean, he was hurt, right? And I mean, that's not an excuse for anything. It's just the reality. A lot of guys are hurt, but I mean, I think you clearly know now, dealing with a back injury. He had an elbow problem. He had a broken rib. He had, some sort of medical issue where he could only eat soup for a couple weeks. Like he had a lot of stuff going on, and you add that onto the pressure of not having a run game and teams kind of dialing it up. It's tough.
The thing that's just startling when you start looking at the statistics, the last 1,000-yard rusher for Alabama was 2021 with Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
After that, you didn't even have 1,000 yards rushing with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Well, that was Bob's fault.
He had 151 carries, 926 yards. The next year, Jace McClellan ran for 890. The year after that, Jam Miller, 668, and then Jam Miller this year, 504.
Some of those short passes took away from Jahmyr, but yeah.
So every year, the running game and the amount of handoffs that the running backs are getting is less and less and less.
But I think you're spot on with what you said in response to the caller, and people don't want to hear this, but I think the reality is you don't have that elite guy that you used to. And whether that was you scouted somebody and they didn't develop the right way, you weren't able to develop them the right way, whatever it may be, you have a lot of guys that looked good coming. I mean, Richard Young was a 5-star. I think he was the number 1 running back in his class coming out of high school. He started the first game. He disappeared after that.
Yeah.
And it took him how long to finally come out of the portal? Like you never know how it's going to work out.
Justice Haynes is at Michigan, or was at Michigan, now at Georgia
and
Tech.
Maybe you should have spent your money on him instead of Jam, but hindsight's 2020. So there's a lot of reasons that go into it, but I think a big part of it is you just don't have those. You don't have a Derrick Henry or a Mark Ingram or a Najee Harris on that roster.
So, yesterday I got a text from Drew Lawley at Courtesy GMC, and he says, Pat, this is something that's happening right now at Courtesy that does not happen a lot. It's immediately GMC. They sent him a note, and they have this brand new special to the first part of February on the GMC Canyon. How about this? A 39-month lease, 10,000 miles a year, 0 money down due at signing, $399 a month on the $45,000 crew cab elevation Canyon. He says the moment that they posted that, and they had 16 to choose from, that already multiples were gone out the door in the next couple hours. And we talked about it yesterday on the program, and it continues, and they're going to be out of these things before you know it. So you need to take advantage of this. Once again, Courtesy GMC in Trustful, GMC Canyon, 39-month lease, 10,000 miles a year, 0 due at signing, $399 a month. This is on the $45,000 crew cab elevation GMC Canyon. Like I said, just a few left. So you need to get by and see them off of I-459 exit 32 in Trustful. Visit them online at courtesybirmingham.com.
5 questions from Pat. We'll do it next. Pat Ponders on the way. The Friday edition of 3-Man Front rolls on.
It is 1:44. Welcome back in on this Friday edition of Three Man Front. Should be an interesting weekend. Please stay weather aware. Charles Bediako, according to Nate Oates, will play tomorrow night against the Tennessee Vols. So that will be an interesting storyline. We've got the AFC, NFC championship games coming up Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. You can hear that right here on Jocks. But let's finish the week on a high note. Let's do some Pat Ponders brought to you by Courtesy GMC.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
Brought to you by Courtesy GMC in Trussville. Visit their online inventory at courtesybirmingham.com. And don't forget about that wonderful sign and drive lease opportunity on a brand new Canyon. Go by and see them in Trussville. All right, question number 1. Which will be higher this weekend? Matthew Stafford incompletions on Sunday for the Seahawks, or Charles Bediako's points against Tennessee? And just for a point of reference, Las Vegas has posted the total points for Bediako tomorrow night at 6.5 points.
Imagine that. That was his average. So he's actually 6.6. Ooh.
Which will be higher, Matthew Stafford incompletions or Charles Bediako points?
I'm going to go incompletions.
I'll go Bediako.
Have a good reason why.
I'll go Bediako. He's going to score double digits tomorrow.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
It might be 10.
This is actually, it is wishful thinking because I want Bediako to go off where everybody just goes nuts.
Just have 30 and 12 or something tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really tick people
15
off.
minutes of play. Just to get back into the swing of things, give it 30 piece.
I need more Danny Hurley being outspoken. I need more of those sound
Or
clips.
Bediako just shoots 3-pointers.
Oh,
yes.
That would be fun.
What if he comes back and that's the thing
his
we
game.
find out? Like, that's his game.
Yeah, he's not a post guy anymore.
He had to learn to stroke it from 3.
Yeah.
And he's deadly from out there.
Yeah, I'm going Matthew Stafford incompletions.
You just hate him.
I don't hate him.
Why do you hate him?
I don't hate him.
You don't like him because he's got veneers.
No. I just think he's a little overrated.
If you go and play
think
for,
he's a little-
He's
for an
gonna be the
LA
MVP.
professional
He's
sports
gonna be the
franchise,
NFL
is that a
MVP this year.
prerequisite?
I know.
Seems like it.
Veneers.
Just not a big fan. Not a big fan.
So you go Bediako.
No, I go Matthew
Did he do
Stafford
something to you
incompletions.
personally?
No.
You just don't like him for no reason.
No, I just think like for everything that we judge quarterbacks on, he gets a pass. He just gets a pass. But the talent, never question.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford is your chicken nuggets of quarterbacks. Damian,
What's
since
wrong?
you're so against chicken nuggets.
Yeah, some people call them boneless wings. I don't know.
Whatever.
All right. Question number 2. Speaking of Matthew Stafford,
Oh God.
who is the Super Bowl matchup at midnight on Sunday?
Rams and Patriots.
Rams and Patriots.
They were really quick with that prediction.
Seahawks versus Jarrett Stidham.
Seahawks and Broncos.
Yeah, well,
We've
either
seen
one of
that one
those would be a
before.
rematch.
Yeah, I said we've seen that one before.
Hopefully, it would be better than the first time we saw both of those games because they were horrible the first time. We saw both of those matchups.
I do think it's probably the Patriots, but that's another storyline I think would be fun.
Remind me, so in that Super Bowl, the Rams had not Matthew Stafford, and they scored how many points in that one?
Next question, Pat.
Was it 3?
Thank you, Pat.
Next, Pat.
It was
Next
3.
question.
I'm sorry you're out of passes, Mr.
Next question.
And who was the? I can't remember who the quarterback was. Who was it?
I'm not sure. You have to go back and check the tape.
Okay.
Next question, Pat.
Jared something Goff.
Stidham? I think that's,
Jared Goff.
Nah. He's in Detroit. He's in Detroit. I don't remember him as a Ram.
I thought that's where Matthew Stafford is.
No, he left Detroit. He left.
I just get mixed up sometimes. Thank you for clearing that up for me.
No, it's all good.
All right, next question. Kalen DeBoer recently admitted that he does not drink coffee.
That's not surprising.
But energy drinks are a problem, according to DeBoer. What drink in your life do you think you drink too much of?
It's a diet drink. I drink way too many of them every day.
Mountain Dew.
That has replaced alcohol consumption in my life, and I don't think that that's super healthy either.
Yeah, mine's Mountain Dew. I love it. It's so bad for you, though.
Sweet tea.
But I love it.
How much do you think you drink a day of
A
sweet
day?
tea? A gallon?
I keep a gallon.
Oh,
But
do you?
I could go through a gallon in like 2 days.
2 days. Okay.
I make myself drink water at night, and then in the morning, I drink a lot of water just to make sure everything's, but I drink way too many.
Too many waters?
No, diet
Oh.
diet drinks. It's just, well, it's really one in particular, but two. I'll do the other.
You do like those.
Keep a cup full.
I don't know how many ounces this is, but this is the third time I filled it up.
Might be a
That's a problem.
that might be a 32, right?
Yeah, that's
That's a big one.
That might be like 40.
This is the big goal.
That's a big one. I love the honesty. I filled this up 3 times today.
It's bad when you bring your own 2-liter to a party.
Yeah, that was fun. That was wasn't that the gift that we had for like Dirty Santa
Yes.
a couple years ago? I think I brought it.
Yeah.
It was Diet Coke for Landrum.
Ton of them.
All right, let's go to a BB question in our remaining minutes here since we're running out of time.
Oh boy.
And yesterday was a doozy.
Wow, it was a doozy.
That was a big time. All right, according to BB, the Tokyo airport recently installed a giant statue of Godzilla to welcome visitors to the city that he has repeatedly destroyed in movies. As you travel around, what opinion do you have of airport art and statues at airports? Is it a waste of money, or do you appreciate the artistic approach to improving your airport experience?
The most fascinating in this is, whether you want to say it's true, the conspiracy, the urban legend, that is the Denver airport, which we go to at least once a year. The big Bronco that they have outside of the airport
with the laser blue eyes,
with the
or red eyes,
the demonic eyes.
Yeah.
But then I found in this other documentary of this guy going around the airport, there's all these ghouls and goblin statues in certain parts of the airport. There's a whole underground and everything. You can go and find the documentary. But no, I don't think it's a waste of time. I would rather look at that than, honestly, a lot of my other fellow travelers.
That's fair enough. Look, I'll say this. This is just my gut reaction to this. I have no evidence to back any of this up. It just looks like all of the art that is in an airport is the kind of art that I look at and I go, what the hell is that? Like, what is that supposed to mean? What does that represent? Like, it's just, it feels like a lot of the times, and some of them, yes, it is for that culture, that state, that city, whatever, and it's a representation of them. But I feel like a lot of it is just like, I don't know. It's just like random stuff they found like on the side of the road. And they're like, that'll work. That'll look good in the airport. Like, it's just random.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting, but it's just bizarre.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Like I said, it's not like a waste, but it's kind of something that you pick up and notice. Like, oh, okay. Like, this is what y'all do up here. Okay, cool. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. That is today and this week's Pat Ponders, brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trustful. Get by and see them as soon as possible, or just shop online and then go see them off of I-459 exit 32 in Trustful.
Yeah, one of our listeners writing, Landrum artificial sweeteners are not good for you. I know.
We ain't got time for all
I remember my grandparents would go and stay with them. My grandfather would put saccharin in his coffee. They had the little pellets of saccharin there in the little glass thing, had a little spoon and put it in there. Saccharin. I don't think that's good for you either, right?
I think so.
Is Bailey's?
Something totally different.
Good for the soul.
Yeah, we do have text coming in, 205-834-9450. Just want to say we appreciate your interaction on the show every single day. Can't do it without you. We are a show of the people, and we have made that clear from day one. Alabama fan says, we paid a culture price by having Tua, Mac, Bryce back to back to back. It took the running game culture away from Alabama.
Najee Harris had a pretty good career during that time frame.
He did?
Yeah.
I was about to say, I mean, I think it's just more of a
They ain't got no
decline in
dogs back there.
talent than, yeah.
You ain't got no dogs back there.
No, you don't right now.
You ain't got no dog.
Well, we think you might, but they're young.
We're reminded that Ryan Grubb was fired from the Seahawks because he wouldn't run the ball.
And look where the Seahawks are now.
Well, when you have Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet and you don't give them the ball,
that's a reflection of you.
Fair. Probably should give them the ball.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I call Seahawks and what they've done the Milrow effect. You bring that kind of leadership, it's gonna ooze into your locker room.
Does he have a Captain C on his jersey like he did at Alabama?
No,
he doesn't.
I mean, I don't see him play, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay,
that is.
Look at Conrad just being a good little boy, just keeping his mouth shut.
He's got Sam Darnold in front of him, so.
This
Andrew
one,
Luck.
This one reads that Proctor's going to be the next Evan Neal flop. The first round grade is so stupid.
Yeah, Evan Neal's had a rough go there in New York. There's a reason that people get paid to make these evaluations, and I don't. But.
Yeah.
Mike says, due to the ruling in Montgomery, time for my Gordo Green Wave to win a few blue maps.
There you go.
They don't have to play private schools anymore.
So a couple of headlines before we get out of here. The NCAA is taking Jeremy Pruitt to the Alabama Supreme Court. Yep, they want more flesh from Jeremy Pruitt. Also, this just in, the NCAA Division I cabinet has voted and approved advertising jersey patches for football.
Oh, boy. Is Trinidad Chambliss going to play this fall or not?
No, but if I'm an attorney, my patch is going on those jerseys.
You better believe it.
Because you're calling me when you need to be bailed out. God is great.